Well, September 20th is finally here, and y'all know what that means. Off the Record debuted the second episode, but really the kickoff of it with one of the most powerful voices in hip-hop media, Akademiks. Akademiks is like the chief keeper of entertainment for my generation, bro. He sat on YouTube and he innovated the way that YouTube was used to promote hip-hop and report on hip-hop, so I have nothing but respect for him. As for that first episode of fucking Off the Record, the set looks great. Everything that he said was going to look great looked great. But the material, the product itself, that shit sucked. Okay? Akademiks, you know better. You know better. Why the fuck did you bring everything that you said about Rory and Maul being Yes Men? Why the fuck would you bring two Yes Men up there? Stuart Little and the nigga from Why Did I Get Married? Why did you put them two niggas on the stage? They didn't know what the fuck they was doing, Akademiks. And you know they didn't know what the fuck they was doing. They're Yes Men. They're Yes Men, Akademiks. And I didn't expect that from you. Secondly, Spotify. Why the fuck did you upload that audio knowing that the audio on the clip is fucked up, so it's hard to listen to? The overall product of the fucking podcast was just not good. And that's why I was worried about. Spotify let Akademiks continue on with his Twitch and YouTube clips, but at what cost? Everything he said, we already heard on different sites. He was doing nothing but reiterating points that he already made. And the one thing that made Akademiks so dope was when he dropped, it was shock value. It was, I don't give a fuck, I'm going to give it up, and it was raw. That's how he became Akademiks. So when you take that shit away and you got to wait for an episode to air, now you're being challenged with not only talking about a topic, but pushing the topic forward. You got to dig deep and keep niggas engaged, and you can't do that with two fucking Yes Men, Akademiks. And you know that, Akademiks. Why was Everyday Struggle so good? Because you had Joe Budden, you had DJ Akademiks, two niggas that disagreed with each other. Why was the Joe Budden podcast so good? Because you had Rory, who was educated and disagreed with Joe. You had Maul, who was street smart and disagreed with Joe. Why is Wallow and Gilly so successful? Because the niggas are fucking disagreeing and coming up with a certain point. They're bringing people together. They're talking. They're hitting every single fucking guideline needed in order to take you where you need to go. So when you got two real Yes Men that are still in the workforce making $50,000 a year, maybe, they're going to do whatever they need to do to stay on the show, not make you mad, and get that fucking check. Leaf didn't say one thing interesting. The nigga from Why Did I Get Married? What the fuck was his purpose on the show, Akademiks? You can't bring your niggas up and put them on a show and then tell them, hey, be great, because they're not used to fucking talking. They're not entertaining. You got $1 million production. Stop treating that shit like you still in your basement, nigga. You know what the fuck you got to do, nigga. Go do it. I'm mad as hell I got to come up here and say this shit is ass. That shit was garbage, Akademiks. I do think he's going to improve on it. I do think it's going to be one of the best podcasts out, but that shit right there should not have ever released. Spotify, this is the biggest podcast release that you had in a while. Why the fuck was the audio messed up? Why the fuck was DJ Akademiks, the biggest voice in hip-hop's audio, messed up on release, and it took hours to fix? Can't let that happen. That can't happen. The subject matter, it has to grow. It has to be someone there to kind of keep them on track, because you just got a bunch of people who are literally talking off track. Like they're jumping from point to point. There's no kind of straight line that they're following. That's why Parks is so dope, because he helps guide Joe Budden until Joe Budden was good enough to say, hey, I can guide this shit myself. You need someone. Maybe you need someone to guide you. Maybe you need to bring your sister Deska up there so she can help you get through the show. It'll be a good look, familiar face. If you want to guide the tempo of hip-hop and you want to really take care of your product like you say you do, and this is what you love, bro, you're not going to take two niggas off the street and put them in the biggest spot possible. That first podcast was ass. I'm sorry. I didn't want to say it, but I do think you'll improve. So get up there and do what you got to do, man. I already know you're going to do it. But y'all check me out, man. Like, subscribe, comment, and let me know what y'all want to see. Get at me.